Well, hi everyone. Today is November 12th, and I'm going to tell you the 12th thing that I am thankful for in the month of November. Tonight I'm going to talk about my extended family. So that's going to include cousins and grandparents, all of those really, and some aunts and uncles. But when we were growing up, we would get together with my cousins on my mom's side during the summer one time a year. Sometimes it was on the 4th of July weekend, and sometimes it was on Labor Day weekend, I remember. And we would all go up to Lake Texoma. My grandmother would rent cabins there, and we would all go and stay in these cabins together. And it was just such a neat childhood memory. And we would go, my dad would wake us up really early before the sun even came up, and we would go fishing. He'd drive until we found like some little dirt road that went off the main road, and we would end up in these really cool little coves where then we would fish. And then the sun would come up, it would start getting warm, and then we'd head back to the cabins, and my grandmother and sometimes my aunt and my great aunts, they would be making breakfast. My mom would be helping them too, and they would make breakfast. And then at night, I remember that my cousins, sometimes we would play card games, and we'd sit outside. And if it was the 4th of July weekend, then there were fireworks that we'd watch. During the day, we'd go swimming in the lake, and I probably wouldn't do that anymore because I'm just like, it's a swimming pool, or I do get in the ocean. I'm a little more wary about that, but I'm more of a swimming pool person now. But that was just such fun times, just carefree. And so I don't see my cousins a lot anymore. Everybody's kind of scattered out, but I do keep up with them on Facebook. And they've all got really, good lives and everything, and I'm happy for all of them. And my grandmother, growing up with her, she was just such a good influence in my life. She owned a dry cleaners, and she would let us come and work there and help her out when we had breaks from school. And that's some of my fondest memories too. And then her sisters, everybody from that side of the family would get together a couple of times a year, and just really good times. And then on my dad's side, we had a grandmother on that side too that we knew, but she lived in a small town that was about 3 hours from here, and so didn't see her as much. She was not as much involved in our lives, daily lives, as my other grandmother. But my aunts on my dad's side, wow, they were really something. And just, we were so close to them. And I remember there'd be times when we would just be out somewhere, and my dad would say, hey, why don't we drop in and see, so-and-so. And so we would just drive over to their house. These days people don't really do that anymore, just show up at somebody's house unexpected, but that was just the way things were. And I loved my aunts and my uncles. And on my mom's side, she just had the one brother, so he was very artistic, musical, always so good to us. And boy, you talk about having a green thumb. He really knew how to grow things, and just had beautiful yards everywhere he ever lived. It was really something. And so I'm just grateful that all of those people were a part of my childhood growing up. And, the aunts and uncles, most of them have passed on, but they live on in my memories for sure. And my cousins, I just, like I said, I keep up with what they're doing through Facebook and social media, and they have beautiful families and, just really neat lives. And I like to keep up with what they're doing. But I do have those special memories of times that we spent together as kids on Thanksgiving. The whole family always got together on Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house. And then those summers at Lake Texoma, where some of the cousins would be there, that was just something I look back on with fond, fond memories. And so, if you have extended family members, even if you don't see them that often now, I hope you have good memories of things that you did with them and how they shaped who you are today. And that's the way I feel about it. Every one of those cousins and aunts and uncles, all of those people helped to shape the person I am today. So be grateful for your family, even if it's not somebody that's in your immediate family. If they played a part, a good part in your development as a person, then that was a gift from God to you. So I will see you tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.